With the release of Mario Kart World, it brought the biggest assortment of Mario Kart characters to date, with fan favourites returning, such as Mario, Peach, Spike. And while I was racing around, I found myself thinking, who is this guy and why is he throwing footballs at me? And thus, curiosity got the better of me, and my mind started working overdrive, filling it with the irrelevant information on a relatively obscure character, because that's what I like doing. Anyway, here is the history and lore of Chargin Chuck. If it isn't already obvious, I don't have the deepest understanding of Mario lore. I'm seeing double here! 4 Yoshis! Yeah, now, before you start furiously typing in the comments, I do know there is at least 3 Yoshi colours. So my initial thought was that Chargin Chuck is a character that was maybe in the last couple Mario games and put into Mario Kart World to fill out the roster. But this guy is actually older than me, first featured in Super Mario World in 1990. Chargin Chucks are large burly Koopas that wear gridiron football gear. Their most common method of attacking as enemies is charging towards the player, and they often appear as duos or sometimes even in larger groups. Now, fun fact, for some reason Chargin Chucks act more aggressively when Mario is with Yoshi. I guess he doesn't like people associating with those types. I'm too white for these kinds of jokes. So you all might be expecting some deepish lore I've uncovered. You might be waiting a bit, because it turns out that this shallow minion character is kinda shallow. So here's what we know. Generally works under Bowser's command, acting as a mid-level enforcer or obstacle. It's suggested that they are higher tier than Goombas or Koopas, but not as elite as Magikoopas or Boom Booms. They act as sort of an elite guard or enemy unit in Bowser's army used for defense in key area, for example blocking paths and guarding switches. And from what I can tell, it's not uncommon to see them in sports-themed or high-energy environments, such as athletic levels or stadium-inspired areas. There's also many variants of the Chargin Chucks, usually coined by the community, including Lookout Chuck, the basic variant that always charges and tackles, Parson Chuck, stands in place and kicks footballs that bounce along the ground and bounce higher and more erratically based on terrain, Clappin' Chuck, stands in place, jumping to clap if the player does, making it hard to jump over safely. You get the idea, there's a lot of variants of the Chargin Chucks. So, along with his debut in Super Mario World in 1990, he's also featured in multiple games, including Yoshi's Safari as a boss, Super Mario Odyssey as an enemy, Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey as an enemy and recruitable ally, and became a playable character for the first time in Mario Golf Super Rush in 2021. Guess he isn't just a football player. They also featured in the Super Mario Adventures comic and in Super Mario Kun. Look at him there. You can also argue that Chargin Chuck featured in the Super Mario World TV series episode Mama Luigi. The colour's a bit off and they are referred to as Koopa football players, but we all know it's them. And that's about it, to be honest. Me personally, I do enjoy learning about obscure characters. If you do too, let me know. I'll be down to make more videos, even leave some suggestions if you feel like it. And that's about it, so have a great day.